What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cozy Boy Don, man. We back in the building. Another episode of the CozyCorner, man. Got my boy Kenny in the building with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We
Back
here
for another one.
we got a jam-packed episode today. But first, before we start recording, we was talking about that In the Dark song that by YG. Bro, I seen this video on Instagram. It was like a reel. I'm gonna put it on the screen. It was at a football game. I'm assuming it's in California. It was a dude. He was getting loose to the hoe. You know what I'm saying? And then when the chili started going to that was the last thing I seen about it. That's why I was talking about it. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. You got a lot of college football news, college basketball, NBA, NFL. It's a jam-packed episode. So if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video.
Man, 200.
You know what I'm saying?
There.
We like 5 away,
Okay.
5 or 6 away. So we getting there, bro. We about 1/5 of the way there. You know, so hey man, kick back, relax, and get cozy because we finna talk about a lot of stuff. So
Indeed.
first we got college football. This weekend was a riot. It was fun, and our college football playoff is set.
Yep.
You know, and Alabama's number 1, Michigan is 2, Georgia is 3, Cincinnati is 4. It's surprising to see Alabama at 1. Am I lying?
It's just like seeing the Patriots at number 1. They got back to the top. We can't be surprised.
Yeah. I was surprised how it went down, though. So, SEC championship, that was... Hey, bro, they got manhandled. Georgia got manhandled in that game. Like, it started off cool. Like, it was cool. It was, like, level. And then Alabama just hit this level, and they just didn't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Hit that gas on them.
I was a bit worried after the first touchdown because I was like, okay, now we got a game. Now Georgia offense going to have to respond. Yeah. And they didn't.
Who was it? Stetson Bennett?
Mm-hmm.
So don't they have 2 quarterbacks, though?
JT Daniels, yeah.
So who's really the starter?
JT Daniels was the starter. He got hurt, and then they just rolled with Stetson because they were hot.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, Georgia. This is what they same problem any SEC team.
This is their kryptonite. Alabama is their kryptonite, bro. Like every time they play, it don't matter how good they are. It's just like, yeah, bro, you're finna lose.
You gotta have a quarterback to beat Alabama.
That is the one. What's the one thing every team has had in common? That beating Alabama at that level. If you think about it, Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Clemson. Mm-hmm. Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson. Yeah. NFL, like,
that QB.
You know, but there was a lot of Georgia detractors were proven right, at least for that one game. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of just like, oh yeah, your offense isn't like that, buddy. So you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Who they playing? Michigan?
Yes. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure they play. Yeah, they do play Michigan, and Alabama's playing Cincinnati. So Alabama and Cincinnati is going to be probably a high-paced game. I'm excited to see that offense against that defense. Even though
both offenses?
Nah, Alabama's offense against Cincinnati defense. Yeah. Even with John Mechie tearing his ACL, which sucks. Turn injuries off, please, in all sports.
Especially in college sports, man.
Yeah. I want to see that matchup. I know Sauce Gardner is going to be guarding Jamison Williams, and I'm going to be locked in on that.
Versus number 1, huh?
You know? I'm going to be locked in on that. Two NFL players damn near matching up in that matchup. So, and in Michigan and Georgia is going to be trench warfare. Whoever wins the trenches is going to win that game.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't put Georgia number 4 or do Georgia versus Alabama again, because that's really the championship game. I didn't want to see that in the first round.
There's 2 sides to that coin, because there's one side where it's like, yeah, but at the same time it's like you're kind of stacking it so you can. I could definitely see both Georgia and Alabama beating the holy hell out of Cincinnati and Michigan and just playing again. Like,
yeah, you're stacking them so you can meet them again in the championship.
Yeah, but. Yeah. It is what it is.
The best teams.
We don't make the decisions around here. We just talk about them. So, moving on from that game, we got the Big 12 championship. This game was a riot, bro. Like, especially at the end. I'm gonna tell it from
Star was born.
I'm gonna tell it from my perspective. first, and then you can go ahead and go into it. So, I was working on a video that if you haven't checked out, go ahead and check it out. The Mellow Ball video. I was working on that video, and I had that game on my TV.
Right.
And I was watching. I was like, okay, Baylor getting groovy early. They was up like, they went down. They got a pick, scored a touchdown. Got another pick, scored another touchdown, and they eventually scored again. It was 21-0, and it was around halftime. I went upstairs. I took a nap. I woke up. It's like fourth quarter, and it's 16-20. It was like 14-20. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening?
16-21.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is happening? All right, let me sit up. And you had sent me a message. You was like, Mr. Sanders, you sent it. It was like a meme or something. I was like, yeah, but not now. And I had just woke up. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just seen him driving down the field. And then you get to that fourth and goal.
Right.
Now,
Right.
that was crazy. That fourth and goal was wild. What did you
gotta get there?
What did you see on that play? That like, I'm thinking the science that how he didn't get there. Like,
shit, I'm thinking he's gonna get there. I ain't never seen nobody miss the pylon.
I was just thinking he was gonna cut it up, but I feel like he was going at an angle where if he was to cut up, he probably would have slipped, or he just didn't have an angle to cut up. I don't know how. What
he was messing with that ball. I feel like he was running with the ball like this, or trying to flip it over so he could dive. I think whatever he was doing, that ball handling was messing up his speed. That's crunch time though. Like, man,
That's just crazy.
Damn, I feel bad for him. He ain't gonna never be able to get over that.
People really, ain't gonna let it go either.
But shit, it's not his fault. The quarterback threw 3-4 picks. Like,
yeah, the defense kept them in the game because actually they should have got their ass blown out by like 30, but they made it a game.
I'm mad that they beat Oklahoma.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
But with what happened with Oklahoma, I'm kind of happy they got beat.
True.
So. Who you saying Star was born in that game? Quarterback from Baylor, I'm assuming.
Freshman quarterback. I mean, he had a hell of a first half. Second half, he showed he was a freshman, but he still won the game. So
yeah, he did.
It's like Baylor got them a new quarterback.
And in other games, you know what I'm saying, Michigan and Cincinnati took care of business in their conference championships. Wasn't too much to talk about in that game. Either one of those games, because it was like Iowa. No, you're not one of them. And Houston put up a fight. Houston put up a little bit of a fight, but after a while, it was just like, nah, you're not on that level. So get out of here. And
respect, though.
Yeah, you gotta respect them. They runner up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And lastly, the last conference championship that's happened on Friday night, not Saturday. Oregon. They got spanked by Utah. Not even just like beat. They got spanked.
Where Utah got that. You saw that story about how they lost 2 players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Utah riding high right now. Man. They got it. We're going to watch them against Ohio State.
Yes, we are. And we joined. I sent you a Spaces on Twitter. At halftime.
Oregon got a big black community.
They do.
That sounds like all dudes from California, though.
Yeah, that's where they get their recruits from. And in the Spaces, they were going in. That shit was hilarious. Right. Oregon fans was pissed, boy. They was on Anthony Brown's head. It was on that man's head, bro.
Think he's not it?
Apparently not.
Wake Forest, Northwestern,
Boston College.
Boston College.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston College is pretty good, but I'm not bringing no quarterback from Boston College. What's his name? Matt Ryan. Nigga name not Matt Ryan.
That Matt Ryan run at that whole time in the ACC was special, bro. Like 06, 07, them battles against Virginia Tech. Boy. Because during the summer, they was like showing like some of the old games, and I watched one of them hoes. That game was special, bro. I remember when
was out there.
Eddie Royal was playing for Virginia Tech, making plays.
Yeah.
I want to say Cam Chancellor was at Virginia Tech in 06 too.
Probably was.
Yeah, they was out there. That was a special time. And with our college football playoff being set, we got all the bowl games got announced at the same time on Sunday as well as the playoff. So I'm gonna let you go first. We both picked out about 2 or 3 games, maybe more, that are interesting matchups that we wanted to talk about, discuss. Once that game comes around, we can go back and discuss it and just give y'all a lookout for what games we think are gonna be mad entertaining. So I'll let you go first.
Indeed. Basically for my 3, you would say that I'm tuned into the Mel Kiper top 5 QB guys this bowl season.
Okay.
First game, I got number 12 Pittsburgh going against number 10 Michigan State in the Peach Bowl.
Yes, sir.
That's my squad. But they say we got the worst secondary in the league, so going against Pittsburgh, man, it might get ugly. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see.
Yeah.
And they got the boy, what's his name?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Bro, I'm gonna put this on the screen. That touchdown he had in the ACC championship was special, bro. I ain't never seen nobody do a fake slide on a scramble.
I ain't never seen a fake slide, period.
That's what I'm saying. Man,
put that on the screen.
For sure. That was crazy.
I'm jumping a little forward in the show, but that's we sent him to the league after that game. He got that Joe Burrow.
That swag.
Yeah, you got that swag. I'm thinking of somebody, Justin Herbert. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert swag. Fucking with. And then next game I got number 17 Wake Forest going against number 25 Texas A&M. The Michigan State game was December 30th. This game is December 31st in the Gator Bowl. Another top quarterback prospect going up against a good defense is Texas A&M. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a hell of a game. Then lastly, another quarterback prospect. What's his name for Ole Miss?
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral, number 8 Ole Miss going up against number 7 Baylor.
That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, good ass game.
Dave Aranda against Lane Kiffin.
Ooh. Okay. I don't think Ole Miss is Baylor gonna have to score more than 21 points to beat Ole Miss. So we're gonna see. I know it's Sanders. I hate to shit on the man, but that was terrible. That was really bad. That was really bad. So I'm hoping Corral is gonna look a little bit better than that. So we'll see. That's on January 1st, the Sugar Bowl. So
okay.
And that's on the 1st. So when the playoffs? The 31st.
This is so stupid, right? I was asking myself this, right? The playoff games are on December 31st, New Year's Eve. Why are you having games after the playoff games, like regular bowl games after the playoff games?
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. If you're gonna have because I know the Rose Bowl is traditionally played on this January 1st. Cool. Play playoff games after that. You don't have to have them like that. And then it's weird.
What's that? Ohio State, Utah?
Yeah, Ohio State, Utah. And there's other games after the playoff games. It's what the hell are you doing? Just have the playoff games last. But whatever. Maybe that's stadium availability and all that other stuff that we don't take into account. So I'm not gonna go too hard. It's just a question I had. But for me, my favorite bowl matchups. I'm gonna start with number 19 Clemson playing Iowa State in the Cheez-It Bowl on December 29th, 5:45 kickoff time, p.m. not a.m. Of course not. Clemson had a rough first half of the season, but they really turned it around in the second half and got going.
Yeah.
And DJU started to look better. That defense was there the whole season. They were just waiting for the offense. And it seems like the offense turned a corner. And they're going up against Iowa State. Iowa State was a team that was in the top 10 preseason. They had a few losses at the beginning of the season, kind of disappointed. And then they turned it around towards the end of the season. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I want to see how they match up and see what DJU got, Yeah,
that's going to be a good-ass game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting a low-scoring dog fight on that.
Yeah, me too. And then I got the Alamo Bowl. Number 14 Oregon and number 16 Oklahoma. Two teams that lost their coaches. They hired new ones. I'm assuming that they would coach, maybe. I don't know. Well, Oregon hasn't found a coach yet, but still, they probably going to have an interim coach or whatever may have you. Oklahoma's found their coach, but it's going to be on December 29th at 9:15 p.m. I'm expecting it to be, I don't know what I'm expecting. The Alamo Bowl. I'm not really knowing what to expect from this game because there's so many questions. So it's going to be interesting. That's why I'm intrigued. And then, like my boy Kenny just said, the Rose Bowl, January 1st, 5 p.m. Number 11 Utah, number 6 Ohio State. Utah really showed that they dominated Oregon in the two games that they played, and Oregon beat Ohio State. So I want to see what that matchup is like, because we know that Ohio State's offense is 10 times more explosive than Oregon's offense from what we've seen. And Utah has a legit defense. They got a good quarterback. They can make plays, and they're the Pac-12 champions. So those are my three non-college football playoff games to watch. So moving on.
For a good month.
Bowl season is always like has a special place in my heart, because it's like that. It's cold. It's winter time. It's like it's like the week of and the week after Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Right into the New Year. It just feels it's here. You know.
Yeah.
And in other news in college football, oh fuck that, we gonna do player of the week and league him first, because we gotta close out the actual on the field stuff. For me, I combine my player of the week and league him, Jameson Williams.
Man,
Jameson Williams. 7 catches, 184 yards, 2 TDs in the SEC championship against Georgia. I don't really have nothing too much else to say. That first touchdown where he like flew by everybody. That man's an animal, bro.
Yeah. Bro, maybe it's just them Alabama jerseys, bro. Because none of their receivers look like they flying, but them niggas is flying.
On those 2 touchdowns he was flying, especially that stop and go. Yeah.
Maybe they just natural runners. They can run so good it just don't look like.
But I would say it is a rarity to see like football players like move fast, because everybody's moving fast. So it's hard. You only get a select few when you see like, oh, he's really fucking fast.
Jameson Williams is definitely one of them.
Yes.
God, man, that boy nice as hell. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably my favorite player in the league right now, in college right now.
It's between him and
CJ and Bryce.
Hey, I want to talk about Bryce, because we damn near missed on this. Bryce, he locked up the Heisman in that game.
Oh yeah,
he locked up the Heisman in that game, bro. Like legit, like. And this was the game I see him use his legs the most, and I like that, because I was thinking like, just from playing like video games and Madden and shit like that, how it would work in real life. I always wanted to think of a quarterback that could run, but just chose not to and only pulled it out of his ass, and he was really fast, and that's what Bryce Young did.
Bryce Young is an athlete, and his arm is crazy. Because the throws, we could talk about Jameson Williams, but he was getting them bitches there. That nigga's a dog. Is he a true freshman or a red shirt?
Red shirt. Yeah, he was behind Mac last year.
Yeah, and then he broke the record. Most yards in the SEC championship game. Mac just said it last year.
Bro.
So, yeah, and when I was watching the game, I seen something on Twitter. They said who was the best Alabama quarterback. It was Tua, Mac,
Bryce,
and Jalen. And I couldn't even answer the shit. I was like, shut up.
It depends, like, because Tua and Mac won national championships. Jalen was on the team that won the national championship. He started the first half of the game, and then he got benched. So I don't know if you want to count that. But if you were to rank him, I would probably go. See, it's hard because Mac had I don't know, bro. Because
team is crazy. All their teams is crazy.
Because if you think about it, you got to factor the team into it. Because Mac had 4. He had 3 guys in that championship year. He had Devontae. He had Jalen, and he had Mechie, and and Najee. And then Tua had Ruggs. He had Devontae too. He had Jerry Jeudy. And he had who am I missing? He had Calvin Ridley. No, that was before, right?
Yeah, Mechie still. But yeah, a young Mechie.
I don't know. That's a good ass question. I can't answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't answer it either. I couldn't answer it until the nigga broke the record, and I was like, all right, it's Bryce Young. This nigga crazy.
Bro is wild, bro. He is wild, bro. Like, legit. You know?
But that was my player of the week, Bryce Young. 26 for 44, 421, 3 touchdowns, 40 rushing yards and a touchdown. Then I lead him. I already said it earlier, Kenny Pickett. 20 for 33, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 rushing yards, and a touchdown. So
Yeah. Hey, man.
Going with the quarterback play this week.
For sure.
That's what you're going to need. Big-time games coming up.
Yeah, you're going to need that quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
And moving forward from that, we got some off-the-field stuff. The coaching carousel, the NCAA Football 14 continues. Oklahoma, Notre Dame, and Miami all got new head coaches. Oklahoma got Clemson defensive coordinator Brent Venables. I hope they bring his get-back coach because it's...
What you mean?
So it's a thing where he's like, he doesn't know where he's at on the field when he's coaching, and they have a coach to like pull him back to the sideline because he'd be on the field.
Yeah, he'd definitely be intense. He's defensive coordinator. I'm surprised. I mean, I see why Oklahoma did it, but that's surprising.
Yeah. Notre Dame promoted their defensive coordinator. Yeah. Notre Dame promoted their defensive coordinator too, Marcus Freeman.
Shout out him, man. He's gonna be a great coach, bro.
He's 35. He's young as hell.
We'll see him on Sunday soon.
Hey, that video of them welcoming him into the locker room when he came in and announced that was special, bro. That was like, you know.
Yeah. Even in Cincinnati, I got that vibe.
Yeah.
He was one of them.
And then the newest, like we said with Oregon, they don't have a coach no more. Mario Cristobal is at Miami. They bought his contract out. I'm assuming they did the same. Oklahoma did the same thing for Brent Venables, but I don't know. They didn't say it.
He looked like he's from Miami.
He is.
He is. That's crazy.
He played at Miami. He was a coach at Miami before, like an assistant at Miami or a position coach or something.
This is a match made.
Yeah. This is.
If there's anybody that can turn it around, it's him.
It's home. But the crazy thing is, right? They bought his contract out for like $9 million. They paid the buyout to fire Manny Diaz, which was like $9 million. And then they have to pay per year Mario Cristobal like $8 million.
Hey, you better turn it around.
But they just paid like $17 million to get him there. And then they have to pay him.
Bro, these historic programs is not playing no more. They're like, we tired of these years that we just been down and out.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go. Like USC, Miami, LSU.
Hey, can we talk about that Brian Kelly shit with the fake Southern accent, please?
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
So they introduced him at an LSU basketball game, and
I did see. I just ain't
Brian Kelly's an asshole. I fucking hate Brian Kelly, just because he seems like a bad person. So he grabs the mic. He's like, "I'm here with my family." He just like throwing hints of the Southern accent in there, and it's so forced and it's so fake. And it's like, bro, get that shit up. That's not you.
Where's he from?
Let me look it up because I have no idea, bro.
Yeah, that's wild, though. You can't. That's almost like making fun of the people.
He is from Massachusetts. Drop the accent, dude. Drop the accent, dude. That's not you, bro. That's so not you, bro.
This is probably his last job.
He's what, 60 something? How old is bro? He is 60. So
maybe not.
Probably.
We could do it for 10 years.
Unless it gets bad, I would assume that this is his last job.
Yeah.
But that is gonna wrap up our college football for this week, and we'll be right back. So, moving on from college football, we got our NFL, and we're gonna be recapping our Week 13 games of the week. The games of the week we had, if you don't know, were the Chargers and the Bengals, the Ravens at the Steelers, Broncos at the Chiefs, Giants at Dolphins, Washington football team at Raiders, Patriots at Bills, and you had some too, right?
Yeah, but I know I had a Cowboys game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really the only one I had was Cowboys.
Okay. So, you want to start with yours, Thursday Night Football?
Thursday Night Football, Cowboys, Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Dominated. Saints defense couldn't hold on forever, man.
Yeah, they can't, like, that's the rule of football with me. Like, if you got a bad offense, I'm not betting on you, even if you have a good defense. Because they can't be on the field and score for you, too. They can only stop the team from scoring, you know? So.
Thought we was going. If the Cowboys would have lost this game coming up, Cowboys, Washington would have been for the division. But all right, we're gonna have to do it the hard way.
I seen that. The only thing I seen from that game was Michael Gallup mossing whoever that corner was in the end zone.
Yeah, Michael Gallup was.
That was dirty, bro. He went up and snagged that off bro head.
Wow. Said they was like, he's only 25. He's a free agent next year. Somebody's gonna be getting a good player.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So what are the Cowboys' record now? They 8-5, 7-5, 8-4. Okay.
We're going to week 14 next week.
Yeah.
So I'll be 8-4.
Okay. Yeah, because they've already had their bye and all that other stuff. So.
Teams not having a bye week yet is crazy.
Yeah, this like the Patriots have a bye week this upcoming weekend. So do the Eagles. So it's like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
But excuse me, the first game that we had on Sunday was one of my game to watch. The Chargers at the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Two teams that both needed a win. They have identical records now after the game, but. The Chargers, man, they pulled out a win. It looked like it was going to be easy first because they came out just on point. 16-0 or 24-0. I want to say it was 24-0. Yeah, it was because they scored that touchdown and then they ran that Philly special for the 2-point conversion. I was like, they're getting a little disrespectful now, goddamn.
Hey,
you know?
Who Justin Herbert said, I should have been the number 1 pick.
He didn't. He was number 6. Who cares?
Yeah.
But the thing that started this run was obviously the Chargers came out in that first drive and just went bananas. They had a deep pass to Mike Williams, and then they threw a touchdown to Keenan Allen on the first drive, and then the Bengals came back and Joe Burrow threw a dime to Jamar Chase. And he fumbled it, and he didn't just drop it. He tipped it into the air, and the DB picked it off, which makes it 10 times worse.
That ended the game right there.
And then the Chargers scored again, and then. They stopped him, and then the Chargers scored again. And I was like, damn, I might as well turn to another game. And within the midst of that run, Joe Burrow dislocated his pinky on his throwing hand. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's what happened. I seen it. Because you could tell when people get hurt. He was holding his hand out like this, and he walked to the sideline. They put a towel over his hand, and they kind of just put it back in place. They tried tape jobs and gloves. He wasn't feeling it. He was like, fuck it, I'm going to thug it out because Joe Burrow is like that.
Bro, that was a tough-ass game. That was a physical game. The Chargers showed that they are a more physical team right there. It was beating the fuck out of the game.
And the thing is, right, going into the game, I was like, the Bengals going to run all over the Chargers because they can run the ball, and the Chargers can't really stop and run. But that didn't work. And, the backbreaker for the game was Joe Mixon fumbling the ball because after that 24-0 run, the Bengals went on a 22-0 run. And I was like, okay, the Chargers are doing what the Chargers do. They get a lead and they just fumble it. And then Joe Mixon fumbles the ball, and Chargers recover it, score a touchdown, and they scored 10 more points, and they win the game. So it was. And both teams are now 7-5. The AFC playoff race doesn't make any sense at all. And the Chargers are 4-0 against the AFC North. And I feel like they've scored 40 on every team, too. Because they put 41 on the Ravens. They scored 41 to beat the Steelers in overtime.
Did they beat the Ravens or did they lose?
They beat the shit. Oh, no, they did lose. I'm tweaking. I had to mix up with the Bengals. That's what it was. Okay, so they're 3-1. They're 3-1. I'm sorry.
Back and back.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. But they did score 40 on the Browns and the Bengals, and they scored 40 on the Steelers, I want to say, or unless it was 34.
Yeah, it was 40. I don't know. They were shitting on the Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. That division, the AFC North, both of the divisions, the AFC North and the AFC West. Man.
Speaking of the AFC North, we got the Ravens at the Steelers. The Steelers won the game 20-19. Steelers moved to 6-5-1. The Ravens are at 8-4. And this game was ugly. Really ugly. Defensive battle. Typical Ravens-Steelers game. The Steelers defense had that boy Lamar in Alcatraz. He was in hell.
Always.
He had no, if he didn't have any time in the pocket, He was getting sacked, ball was getting tipped, or it was getting thrown away, or on the first drive that probably cost him the game, TJ Watt got a pressure. He threw it like a prayer to the back of the end zone and got picked off when they had a guaranteed 3 points. So
that was the game right there.
Yes, it was.
That's at least some points. And I was like, come on, Lamar, we not about to do this.
Yeah, like first drive, bro. Come on now. And the same thing happened last week with Jalen Hurts. Like, bro, it was end of the first half. You had a chance to just throw the ball away. You could kick a field goal. You still got time. It's third down. Just throw it away. And you throw a pick, and it cost your team the game. But not to say that it didn't get better from there on. It did a little bit. It was 12-13 in the fourth quarter.
It was an entertaining football game.
It was.
It might just be because of where we from. But that was a good game.
I mean, the Steelers and the Ravens has always been like one of the top rivalries in the NFL anyway. So anytime they play, I'm probably gonna watch. You know.
Yeah.
But it did come down to like the last drive. The Steelers went down. They got a touchdown. Clutch. Ben Roethlisberger. Doing what he does. Deontay Johnson.
Hey, oh my God.
Najee had some good plays too.
Yeah, he was eating that drive. Yo, Big Ben hit them with that shit though on that touchdown.
I'm telling you, every now and then, bro, he'll pull it out his bag. It's just not there all the time.
Hey, man,
you know,
Ben, he fucked whoever D in that was. He fucked him up. Ravens fans was mad. I'm like, nah, you can't be mad at that. That boy, Big Ben, did that.
Yeah. And then after that, they went up to 2013. The Ravens went down, and just like how every game they play that they're in, look, they pull something out their ass to get in the end zone and get themselves a chance to win the game.
Best drive of the game for them on the last drive of the game.
And they went for 2, which I don't have a problem with. Like, I don't really care.
Justin Tucker?
I understand that, but at that point, it's like, nigga, the offense is struggling. I want to go home, bro. This is an ugly game. Let's just try to get it how we live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride with my best player. You feel me? So,
but that's the problem. That's my problem, though.
What?
Eventually, sometimes you gotta be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you got Lamar Jackson. And you want to put it all in his hands every time. Give him the decision, make the decision.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys coach that shit. Now we going to overtime. Mm-hmm. Then he said the only reason they did it is because
Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey tore his pec, and now he's out for the season. So
I was just like,
add that to another injury list. So I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it. Like, if your corner is down and they just burnt you down the field, then. Well, damn. Okay, I don't have a choice.
Damn, coach. You don't got no faith in us. Damn. Like,
I don't know. I kind of fuck with it because it's like, take the risk. You got the best player on the field, and he damn near got there. If it wasn't for T.J. Watt breaking into the backfield and disrupting that throw, they would have won that game. Because it was like 2 or 3 inches off from Mark Andrews being able to get it for a 2-point conversion. So.
That come down to that play call. If they don't run the handoff, that's more seconds he got to.
But if they don't run the handoff, then Mark Andrews doesn't have time to get open. You know what I'm saying? Because it pulled the defense in, and then, you know. But it was just like that was a TJ Watt right. Like he blew that play up. He had a great game.
Of course.
So he's that man.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
TJ Watt, and then we're gonna throw it to his side. I'm not fucking with that play call.
We just gonna have to agree to disagree. I fucked with it. It was just a couple inches off from them winning the game. So, you know, it's a game. Football is a game of inches. Moving on from that game on Sunday, we had Monday. I said something. No, Sunday night football. Broncos at the Chiefs. Chiefs win 22-9. They have won 5 games in a row, and right now they probably got their feet up at the top of the division. They got another game against the Chargers, which I'm assuming they have to win pretty soon. But this looks so much different from the Chiefs that we're used to seeing. You know?
Handling business.
That defense. Melvin Ingram. Hey, he wasn't doing nothing on the Steelers. He got to the Chiefs. He's wrecking shop.
I mean, niggas on the Steelers.
Wrecking shop, bro. Like, he went crazy. They picked Teddy Bridgewater off, 3 times, or was it 2?
Shit, I didn't even watch the game. The game was on, but that shit was boring.
Yeah, it was mad boring. I had it on. I was trying to watch the game.
Yeah, that shit.
But it was like kind of like a fight. But
them Broncos be.
Yeah, sometimes it's rough.
You've done good.
Not really too much to talk about in this game. Defense for the Chiefs is playing at a level I never thought they would play at this season. And, yeah.
Well, once again, niggas, Patrick Mahomes probably really do throw that ball hard as shit. But this nigga got at least 5 picks from a nigga dropping the ball.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill, that was Tyreek Hill, right? With the Pat Surtain interception?
Oh, he's a dog, bro.
Yeah. He's one of them.
And their defense really...
Their defense is really good. Like, they gave him a chance. They kept him in the game, but the Chiefs' defense took the Broncos' offense out of the game. Bro, the last drive before the half was the end of the game. So, they went on a 20-play drive, drained the entire clock, went for it on fourth down 2 other times on the drive. They get down to the red zone. They go for it again on fourth. Stopped. They stopped them. Fourth down. The Chiefs stopped the Broncos on a fourth down and ended the half. And after that, it was like, yeah. And then you can do. You run a 20-play drive and you don't get any points. Yeah, that's got to be deflating.
The Rick was looking cool though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's nice.
But,
bro, nice.
Nah, they're gonna have to get another. That's a dude from North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
But they got to get a quarterback in the draft, bro. Teddy
they have to. They have to. And I love Teddy. He's came back from that injury, but he's just not. He's
gonna get it done.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I love you, Teddy, but you ain't got the goods, my boy. It sucks, but you know.
I mean, shit, the Saints probably could use him right now, though.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He probably won some games with the Saints.
Hell yeah.
That's why he always gonna have a job.
Yeah.
Gonna be somebody that can use.
And this is another thing. There's a lot of black backup quarterbacks in the NFL. As you think about it, like Josh Johnson had his time with the Jets. Cam Newton or PJ Walker's a backup.
Who they play this week?
Who do they play? I think they play the Falcons. They either play the Falcons or the Saints.
Yes.
Hey, did you see that they fired Joe Brady, their offensive coordinator, during their bye week? The Panthers play the Falcons on Sunday.
I don't get that though.
What the hell?
I guess I do their offense's ass, but their best player hurt.
I don't know.
And they don't really got a quarterback.
I don't know. So, moving on from that game, we had a couple interesting games to watch. One of the teams on that list was your team, Washington football team, going to Las Vegas. They got a win, 6-6. I missed the majority of that game. Little context. During the majority of that, like when the 4:00 window came on, I was watching the Jazz in the Cavaliers. That was a battle. We're gonna talk about that later. That was a battle. So I missed some of that. I had the Steelers game on the other computer, and I was going back and forth. But go ahead and let the people know what was going on with your Washington football team.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Taylor Heineke took us down the field, touchdown on the first drive, first of the season. You know we needed that. Cause
y'all get field goals on every other first drive or punt.
Right. But then I guess we should have knew after that we wasn't scoring not again because we ain't do nothing else out of there. That was really a physical game. Bro. You saw King Drake get hit.
Yeah, and
I didn't see what he said though.
So I'm gonna pull up the tweet. You keep talking about the game. I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna read it verbatim.
He said, "Yeah, the hit was dirty. I mean, it wasn't dirty.
No, it's not that it's dirty. He was just like,
but
it's dangerous. You know,
that's how they teach you how to tackle. You're supposed to roll with the nigga.
All right, so god damn, that's bright. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so the video is accompanied with it. I'm not gonna put it on the screen. I don't like watching people's limbs break. This is.
Yeah, I was recording that shit on my phone because that was a big ass hit. And I didn't even peep it until they showed the last replay. I was like, oh shit.
It says the NFL needs to look at this specific style of tackling. They're throwing flags for taunting, which I agree with. Let people taunt, bro. It's not hurting nobody. For taunting and protecting quarterbacks from getting touched. But this is my second straight season being injured by a guy pulling me back, using his body weight to roll up on my legs.
Yeah.
And Mark Ingram quote tweeted and said 100%, bro. If the league is serious about player safety, the specific style of tackling needs to be penalized and disciplined. We see way too many serious injuries from this particular style, using the body weight to pull a runner to the ground.
That's what they teach them. When you hit that bag, you're supposed to roll with the nigga.
Yeah. I don't like it though. It's just like
I don't like it. That's nasty. That is.
It's the same. Nasty. It's of the same vein of a horse collar tackle, because horse collar tackle people get injured that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But you're gonna have to go down to the fundamentals of how they teach the game for that.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to do that shit now with targeting and all that other shit. So you might as well add that to the bunch too.
Yeah, it's not easy being a football player / coach no more.
No.
You can't just be an athlete. You gotta be a thinker too. But yeah, then did you see the hit? I just seen Logan Thomas. I'm glad that I don't see none of my players tear their ACL, because I didn't see Chase Young get hurt. I didn't see Logan Thomas get hurt or nothing.
I seen the Chase Young shit. I didn't see the
But I definitely seen
Logan Thomas. Yeah.
That's all I needed to see.
That was bad.
Yeah. Nigga almost cried that. But,
They say he didn't tear his ACL. They said it was something else. They said the ACL came back clean, but it was another type of injury.
That's crazy. So they saying he might play.
Yeah.
But then I seen the replay when the nigga actually got hit. Damn. The nigga, you seen that shit?
No, I didn't. I'll have to.
The nigga Yannick really top blocked his ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn.
That was from, like, I got pictures of the game. Like, a lot of the pictures was motherfuckers getting hit.
Bro, that was a physical ass game. But that's how we like it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, he really chop blocked his ass, and the nigga he didn't get up after that shit. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, was that payback for what we did to Kenyon?
I have no idea.
Cause I don't know. D linemen, they get hit like that all the time. So he's like, fuck it, I'm ready to hit somebody like this too. But damn, that shit wasn't even near the tackle.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he didn't tear nothing, because I just picked that nigga up on fantasy this week. Then he get hurt. I'm like, shit, he gave me them 12, 13 points that week. Good win by the team, man. 4 in a row.
I want to say so. Because they got, I remember 3. I remember the Panthers game, Seahawks, and then this one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's 4. You got the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks. Yeah, that's 4.
So.
And then y'all got that boy Dak next week. That's gonna be one of our games of the week.
Dak, you better be careful.
From this game, we had one more game. Well, actually 2 more games that we had highlighted. The Giants at the Dolphins. Miami won 20-9. They moved to 6-7. They won 5 straight games, and the Giants fall to 4-8. Before this game, it came out, I want to say on Friday, that Daniel Jones wasn't gonna play, and I was like, "Oh yeah, game's over. Not gonna win that fucking game. Not gonna win that game." But this is more so about the Dolphins. The Dolphins they clicking right now, boy.
6 in a row.
No, 5 in a row. Yeah, 5 in a row. Jalen Waddle and Tua are locked in, you know. He had another great game, 90 grabs. I said 90 grabs. 9 grabs for 90 yards. And
let's just hope for Mechie next year, huh?
Jalen Phillips had, I think he broke a rookie record for sacks in the game. He had 3 of them, I want to say.
He's living a life.
He is. His life.
Where he went to UCLA or Oregon first?
He went to UCLA, and then he had to medically retire because of concussions. He started studying music, and then he ended up getting another chance to play football at Miami, and he was an animal. He was an animal before he was a 5-star. He went to UCLA, got hurt, retired, and then he kind of came back.
Now he's playing in Miami.
But I do have a stat about Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is tied for second in NFL. Not just rookies, the NFL in receptions. He has 86 of them.
What?
Yes, and Cooper Kupp is the only person as of right now that has more catches than him, and he's also 12th in the league in receiving.
Jalen Waddle has 86 catches, bro.
A lot of them might be short passes, but I don't know.
Yeah, and you say he's 12th in yards?
Yes.
Shit, they ain't that short. Man.
Yeah.
But he hasn't gone crazy the last 2 weeks. Yo, he's about to go for 100 catches and 1,000 yards.
Hey man. Hey man.
So I said, there's hope for Mechie next year, man.
Don't play with that boy, man. Don't play with him. You know.
Bounce back off that injury.
And then the last game that we had for Week 13 was Monday night. Last night, Bills and Patriots. Patriots went up to Buffalo. That was like frozen tundra 1960s, 50s, 40s football. The weather was terrible. It was like 50-mile-per-hour winds. It was snowing.
They shouldn't have been playing in that.
I don't think so.
How the hell you going to play football in 25, 35 miles per hour wind?
It wasn't that. It was like 50. I swear to you.
That don't make sense, bro.
And did you see this on Twitter? I was watching the pregame, the Monday Night Football pregame. They couldn't put their regular setup because it was so windy. So they were just like sitting on chairs, like high chairs outside. And the wind came through, and it damn near knocked everybody out their chair. They had to stand up. Randy Moss stood up. He was sitting on papers. The papers flew away like it was in a wind turbine.
The Monday night countdown.
Yeah, the camera started shaking. It was like this. It was like that. It was crazy.
I see that. That's crazy.
I'm gonna put it on the screen. That was crazy.
I know they was mad being out there. It was cold as shit.
And look, as soon as the coverage stopped, Randy Moss and Booger McFarland ran straight into the tunnel to go inside.
As they should.
Oh shit! I hit the mic with my hat. Oh fuck!
I need to hire my man Booger, man.
But speaking of the game, Mac Jones threw 3 passes and they won the game.
He can win it all. That was a big win, bro.
3 passes, 2 of 3, 19 yards. Dub. 226 rushing yards.
Patriots can beat you all ways, bro. It's dangerous.
How?
You treat him as Bill Belichick, B.
How, bro? Like, how, bro?
And that defense is nasty, bro.
Like, how, bro? That don't even make sense. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. I think I just fucked this up. Hold on. Okay. My bad. Just had to make sure the audio was good. I thought I got scared for a second. I thought it was gonna be like all downhill. But we're good. So we're good. We're talking about the Patriots and the Bills. Yeah, they can win in any weather, any way you want them to play, they'll win. And it came down to it. The defense made some key stops. You know what I'm saying? Especially on that last drive. They had 2 chances to get touchdowns, and one Adrian Phillips knocked away. He knocked out of Dawson Knox's hand. And the other one, I'm not remembering bro name. They hold him on a penalty earlier in that game. I remember that. Because Josh Allen was scrambling, and he jumped in the air to try to get a first down. He pushed him out of bounds, and they called unnecessary roughness. That was some whole shit, bro. I didn't like that. I was like, that's terrible. But yeah, the Patriots ran the ball all over the field, and they couldn't stop them. So,
man, football right there. Their line is nasty. What the fuck? Dominating them niggas.
We gotta get our guy on this one time so we can talk about the Patriots, bro. We got to.
Yeah, when they get playoff time, we gotta do the playoff preview with Cal.
Indeed, the great Patriot. But that's really all from our games of the week from last week. We got our players of the week from week 13. We'll do it separate defense and then offense. I'll let you go ahead and go first.
So for offense, got the boy Russell Wilson. Got his first win coming back off injury. 30-37, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. 7-point win against the Niners.
The end of
gonna win that game.
The end of that game was crazy.
What happened?
So the end of the game. It seemed like the Seahawks was going to just like wrap the game up. So they drove all the way down the field. It was like 1st and goal. They get a ball to Gerald Everett. He fumbles, and the 49ers recover. And they take it all the way back to the other end of the field, and then they don't convert on 4th down, and that's the game.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah. So. And who you got for AFC offense?
AFC, I had to give it to the boy Damian Harris. That big basically they only touchdown of the game.
No, they had 2 touchdowns. It was 14.
No, I thought they kicked field goal. Because remember they went for 2.
Oh yeah, they did. They did. And he left the game early. He had a hamstring injury too.
Right. Yeah, he did all this and he left the game. Shit.
Yeah.
I was wondering why he only had 10 carries and they gave the other nigga 28. I'm like,
yeah, he pulled a hamstring.
That makes sense. That cold ass weather.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 rushes, 111 yards and touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He was eating in the game for him.
And for me, it's the same positions. NFC Offensive Player of the Week, I had Tom Brady. 44 years old, still having 4 touchdown games, 38 of 51. He threw the ball 51 times, 368 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yo, you know who I forgot about?
Who?
Definitely my player of the week would have definitely been fucking, what's his name? This nigga had 15 catches.
Chris Godwin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that shit. This nigga had 15 catches.
I thought about giving him to Gronk because every time I looked over, Gronk was just like wide open. He was just running down the field. Another play from that game. Did you see that Marlon Davidson get a pick 6 on Tom Brady? Mm-hmm. So it was they were in their own territory. They were trying to run a screenplay, and he read it perfectly. He read it, swam the offensive lineman, got to it, picked it off. He picked it off essentially in the end zone, and he scored a touchdown. So that was his.
The game was
closer, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the Falcons hanging in there. I was about to turn that shit on. Turn the
because you know what I'm saying. The MVP of the league, Cordell Patterson, was doing his thing out there, doing everything, playing safety, playing receiver, running.
So he really played safety, guys?
I have no idea. I didn't see it. I just heard it. I don't know.
So you want to get a pick this season?
He might as well, bro. He might as well. And for AFC offense, I had the boy Jonathan Taylor, 32 carries, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per carry, just easy, you know. You know what I'm saying? Against the Texans, it was easy, 131-0.
Who's the MVP of the league right now?
I thought about asking that question, but I have no idea, bro.
I don't know either.
I might just fuck around and give it to Tom Brady.
Yeah, he in there. He definitely in there.
Or it could. Yeah, I thought it was Kyler Murray, but he missed like 3 or 4 games. So
yeah, he missed too many games. He done fucked up.
Yeah,
Lamar done fucked up too. So really,
well, he only missed 1 game, but for what Lamar has done, with that team, yeah. But if you want to throw Jonathan Taylor in there, you can. I don't know.
I'm throwing Jonathan Taylor. Rodgers, JT. I guess you gotta put Tom Brady in there. Yeah. I don't really want to put Tom Brady in there.
You might just have to, bro. And for defense, I got Byron Murphy Jr. from the Cardinals for defense. 6 tackles, half a sack, an interception, 2 PBUs. And they was looking sweet out there. I'm going to put the picture on the screen. I found a picture to put the players of the week on. The picture I found for him was crazy. It's sweet. It's sweet as hell. And then for AFC, TJ Watt. 5 tackles, 3.5 sacks, pass deflection. Forced the game deciding interception essentially in the first quarter. So, yeah.
Well, you're supposed to be playing.
Who you got for defense?
For defense, I'll just be picking the units.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Coast defense, even though they was playing the Texans. But Texans ain't scoring no points, so
yeah,
gotta show that. Gotta give them some respect on that.
Mm-hmm.
Then for NFC, I got the Washington defense. You know, Raiders. Derek Carr leading the league passing yards.
The only few things I seen that pass breakup that Bobby McCain had was at the end of the game was crazy.
Oh yeah, and I'm so glad they ain't throw the fucking pick. Throw the flag.
Yeah, because that was great coverage.
Yeah,
that was excellent coverage, bro. You know.
Yeah. It was a hell of a game by the defense, man. Physical.
Mm-hmm.
Got that boy Ron very hyped up right now. He said after the game he gives a rock to the player. You seen that shit?
No, a rock.
Yeah, in the locker room, he get a dude's a rock. Well, really, he basically just throw a rock at the wall. Hype shit. Throw the rock at the wall and the niggas just start getting hyped. So this week he gave it to Jack Del Rio, you know. Jack Del Rio, man. Got them boys playing right.
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, you gotta see that shit. Man, throw the rock at them niggas start going crazy. Ron Very got that locker room together right now, man. I like how we looking right now.
Yeah. And then I got 2 other news. The Detroit Lions won a game.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Dan Campbell, man. Indeed.
I don't know what kind of defense the Vikings were running at the end of the game. The corner essentially just let Amon-Ra St. Brown run into the end zone and stop and catch the ball. So
yeah, them niggas was playing 10-yard drive.
I don't shit like that makes me not like prevent defense. Like the one time they sent pressure it got to it got to Jared Goff, and he threw an incomplete pass. He damn near threw a pick. So it's like, but you want to keep sitting back and let him like find an open receiver? Because if you don't bring any pressure, then, I don't know, bro.
They said Adam Thielen went down too, huh?
Yeah, he's probably not gonna play on Thursday. They play Thursday.
Oh damn, yeah, he probably definitely still might get a win then. That's gonna be a good game.
It is. And Keenan Allen is on the COVID list, so he's not going to be playing for the next week. So that wraps up the news. And from here, we're going to go to our Week 14 games of the week. This is going to be a different thing that we're doing. As you saw with the way we were talking about the games, me and Kenny are going to pick 3 games, and we're going to revisit them, break them down, summarize them a little bit, to give you all our perspective on how the games went. I'll go first with my 3. I got Thursday Night Football. We just discussed the Steelers at the Vikings. Initially, I was going with the Vikings, but now I'm going to change my pick to the Steelers. They're coming off a big win. They are they're fighting for their playoff lives. So every game is important to them just as well as the Vikings. But with the injuries that the Vikings have and coming off of that, I don't know. The Vikings it's going to come down to the last drive of the game, and they're either going to win or they're going to lose, because that's how every single game that they play goes. So I'll trust Big Ben. I'll trust Big Ben over Kirk Cousins. And then after that, I got a division game. The Ravens at the Browns. The AFC North, as we talked about earlier, is like everybody's jumbled. And there's no real separation. And this would be a good chance for the Ravens to get separation. And I expect them to win this game. So, yeah. And the last game I got, which is probably going to be my favorite game to watch, is the 49ers at the Bengals. Bengals getting a lot of home games as of recently. And the 49ers need this game. They were supposed to beat the Seahawks, but they didn't. They need this game to stay in the playoff hunt. So I'm going to go with the 49ers because they're the more desperate team.
What are they, 6-6?
I want to say they are. Let me double check.
That was a big win for Seattle. I think we moved to number 6 off that.
Yes, they are 6-6.
So appreciate that, Seattle.
So, yeah, those are my 3 games. Who you got?
So, started off with, we got the biggest game of the week, Cowboys versus Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And Washington,
Yeah.
We're going to see who really about that action this week.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, got the Bills versus the Bucks,
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough ass game.
The Bills gonna be trying to air that motherfucker out because they were just.
Is this in Tampa or is this in Buffalo?
Well, here I got it written as if it's in Tampa. I'm not 100% sure.
It is in Tampa. Yeah.
So yeah, they gonna air that motherfucker out because I know they mad about how they just played. They don't want to play no game like that.
Nah, they don't.
And if they play if they get home a playoff game in Buffalo and it's like that, they're done.
But the thing is, right, Josh Allen threw the ball 30 times. And he was 50%. So, if it wasn't for some of those good plays that the Patriots made and some mistakes like Matt Breida fumbling in the first half on a drive that they were going down on, then
he's done.
It would have been a different game.
Where's Singletary and
Zach Moss? I have no idea. I don't have any idea about the Bills running back situation at all, so I can't tell you.
Matt Breida is done with. I mean, he's a good player, but he's not taking no carries from me.
Who you got in that game?
The Bills, Bucks. I got the Bucks, and then Cowboys, Washington game.
Yeah.
Of course, I got Washington.
You got one more or?
Yeah, one more. I think it's a Monday night game.
Rams and Cardinals.
It'll be a good fight. I got the Cardinals winning that. Matt Stafford still ain't showed me he can win a big game. So
no, he hasn't.
D-Hop versus Jalen Ramsey. That's gonna be fun.
They played already. They played early in the season. And the Cardinals won by like 2 touchdowns. So, yeah. That's gonna wrap up our football talk for this weekend. Now we're going into the NBA. So stay tuned with the Cozy Corner, man. We'll be right back. All right, so we got hoop talk. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start off with college. This week in college, nothing too crazy to really discuss. No overarching theme. It's just still like early season stuff, some good games, some stuff to talk about, big matchups, you know. But we're gonna start off with what we started with last week. Last Tuesday, you said Duke was gonna do what to Ohio State?
Fucking crazy. I was just watching that shit too. Said he's gonna dunk on that man in there.
And
bad Ohio State. I don't even know why I was talking about Ohio State like that anyway.
Ohio State put out the dub. That boy EJ Liddell was hooping. Everybody came to play, and they ended up pulling off the upset. They beat number 1. You know.
Bro, I would not want to be number 1 this season, bro. Them niggas getting knocked off.
Hey, the new number 1. I don't know if they
who is it?
Purdue. I don't know if they're gonna relinquish it for a while, man. Purdue looked really fucking good.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna beat them in the Big Ten.
That like the four guys that they have, like Jaden Ivey, Zach Edey, Travion Williams, and Stefanovic.
Yeah.
That's tough. And they all like none of them are freshmen. So, hey man, 2 sophomores. I want to say Stefanovic and Williams are seniors.
Yeah.
So, hey man. They're really fucking good. And the only other thing I took away from this is, did you watch the entirety of the game?
What?
The Ohio State Duke game.
Dude, I didn't think I even watched it. I think I might have seen the last shot.
There was a report, Holly Rowe did a report during the game that said Paolo Banchero loses 7 pounds a game because of sweat.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, bro.
I don't know if I believe that, though.
Shit, I do.
7 pounds? In sweat,
I believe
in 40 minutes.
It's a big dude.
I don't care, bro. It'd be cool if it was like 3 pounds, but 7 is crazy.
Yeah, he probably got a lot of water weight. Well, obviously
God
got a lot of
damn,
water weight.
yeah, obviously. God damn. I ain't
unhealthy though.
I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life.
Yeah, that does sound scary. We'll have to get that together.
Because now they got to give him some type of drink, like a specialized drink during the game. Yeah. So, I was like, why is he always cramping? Is he not drinking enough water or something? And, he cramped in the Gonzaga game, and then he cramped in the Kentucky game. And, like, bro, you got to get this shit under control. Yeah.
That's not good. Sounds like he going to cramp in the tournament, then that's what it sounds like. We don't got time for that.
They had to nip that shit in the bud. And, yeah. Moving on from that, the University of Memphis was a team that I was excited about. I'm still excited to watch them play and things like that, but they are struggling badly. I think they lost 3 or 4 in a row. They lost to Iowa State, Georgia, Ole Miss, and they got a tough game. They got to play Alabama sometime either next week or the week after that.
And I think they play in Tennessee too.
Yeah. So they got a tough stretch, and Penny Hardaway is upset with his team because they're not playing well. I'm gonna read this article from a quote that I pulled up and sent to you, my brother. Yeah. I don't know. So Penny Hardaway is upset. If this loads for me, goddamn it, it's not loading. Essentially, he was saying that he was upset with his team's performance. Hold on, I think I got it now. Where is it at? No, I can't find it. Fuck it. I don't really care. Penny Hardaway is upset with his team because the veterans are being selfish, essentially. They're not taking anybody under their wing, according to him. And the young guys are struggling. Imani and Jalen aren't really playing to the level that people thought they would be playing at. And they're playing like real like AAU style ball. Like they're just getting up and down, like 20 turnovers a game. Like just like helter-skelter basketball, and it doesn't look good.
So everybody trying to get to the NBA off the ranking we had, but nobody is willing to sacrifice minutes, touches, anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's been miserable. I'm going to have to be a complete asshole from this point and only play the players that care. The main reason we have these losses is the veterans don't want to take the young guys under their wings. They want it to be about them. Sheesh.
Amen.
So he also said that there's so much negativity in our locker room with veterans being jealous. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But
I don't know if he should have said that last part.
And them niggas shouldn't be jealous.
I don't know. Even if they was, I wouldn't say that because then them people start asking all them questions and it starts to get annoying.
Now a nigga like me want to watch the games and see what the body language talking about on the court.
Yeah, and then it's just gonna cause like a firestorm. But it's already out. It is what it is. Memphis, get your shit together. So we'll see within due time.
Missouri State coming up.
Yeah, the Racers, aren't they like 7-1? Missouri State. Mm-hmm. I mean not Missouri State. Murray State.
Yeah, that's what they say. 7-1.
Yeah. So
Ja gonna be in the building for that.
So man, we gonna touch on Ja and them in a minute. Once we get through this, Bama, Alabama, and Gonzaga. One of the games that we highlighted last week as our matchups of the week happened on Saturday night after the SEC championship. So Alabama fans, y'all had a good day. You know, they played Gonzaga in Seattle too. It wasn't like a neutral site. It was in Seattle. It wasn't at Gonzaga because they only seat like 6,000. They played in Seattle, at the college arena. Yeah, like at the school. What you mean?
They too big for that, bro. It's the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, but Gonzaga's like,
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They play in the West Coast Conference. They don't play in like a big conference.
Shit, bro. I know they tickets probably expensive, but if they only got 6,000, shit, you might have to go up in there.
But I feel like Cameron doesn't have a lot of seats either. Let me see how many seats Cameron Indoor Stadium has, because their gym seems small as hell too. God damn, this is bright.
That's Kansas, right? Or is that Duke?
Duke.
What's Kansas called? Fieldhouse?
Allen Fieldhouse. I think that one seats like 10,000+ though.
I remember playing in that stadium on the NCAA games, bro. You see the sun coming on the court.
That's just beautiful, bro.
Dude.
Beautiful, bro.
Man, they don't make that.
Okay, so Cameron Indoor seats 9,000.
So maybe I was just expecting basketball arenas to be bigger than what they are.
Nah, like basketball arenas at the most is like 20,000 seats.
Yeah.
It's not like an NFL stadium seats like 60 or 70. Because basketball courts are small. Like in comparison to the NFL field, NFL is 100 yards, and basketball courts 94 feet. So.
That's why it'd be so loud in there, huh?
Mm-hmm. And it's inside. You can't play like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But speaking of the game, Bama pulled out a dub. That was a tough game. Very high scoring too. I think it was like 91-87 was the final score. Jaden Shackleford had his best game of his career. He had 28 points. He had 20 in the first half. He carried them in the first half, bro. He hit like 6 threes. In the second half, he got timely buckets. Gonzaga tried to take him out of the game. They always had a guy on him. They were doubling him a lot, trying to get him off the ball. And he was able to get through some of them and get some really tough buckets towards the end of the game. Javon Cornerly played well. I think he had 17. And J.D. Davison, the freshman, had a dub. He hit 3.
He had a dub?
Yeah, I think he hit 3 or 4 threes. He had a tip dunk. He had another fast break dunk off a steal. He was out there doing his thing, man. And Alabama, I wasn't expecting y'all to come in there and do anything. I thought y'all was gonna get spanked. But salute, you know.
They on the radar now.
They definitely are, and they play Houston on Saturday, so they got a lot of bump on the schedule.
Yeah. Memphis too. I don't know if
I don't think so. They might. I don't know. But they gonna have bump in their conference if you talk about in the SEC. You know, Kentucky, Tennessee is still tough, even though Florida lost to Texas Southern yesterday, which is
very surprising.
Embarrassing to say the least. They're still
against HBCU.
They're still a solid team. You still got LSU. Who else am I forgetting? Arkansas.
I haven't seen them play yet.
I seen a quarter of their game, but no, not really, because they haven't really played anybody. They played Cincinnati. I watched a little bit of that game, but other than that, nah. But the SEC is gonna be bumpy this year, man. It's gonna be a lot of wars.
Yeah.
And last story from last week / to talk about, Arkansas Pine Bluff head coach. They were playing Iowa State, and he called a timeout to have them run full court sprints. What do you think about that?
I don't get it. If your team does, what is that supposed to do to discipline?
I'm not running, bro. Fuck that. I am not running.
You running or you ain't playing?
Shit,
You ain't getting no scholarship.
Nah, look, this is what you do, right? Especially if it's me, you know what I'm saying? If it's me, I know everybody on the team. I'm talking to y'all, bro. We not running, bro. Fuck that. What you gonna do if we don't run? Fool, come on now. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then he did that against Arkansas.
No, it was against Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State. You gonna do that against a big school?
Don't do that. You can do that when we get back and go to practice, my nigga. Don't do that during the game. Fuck that.
Yeah, he gotta get fired after this.
I don't care what we did on the court. Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah,
you can yell at me all you want to, but don't do that, bro. Cause I'm not doing that shit, bro. Nah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I would have did in that situation.
But apparently the players did it. So hey.
Yeah, I seen it, and I seen the people on the bench. I don't know what bench that was, but they was looking at them niggas crazy. Probably was Iowa State bench. But he just had the whole team on. It was just only the starting.
I think it was the people that was in the game.
Yeah, so maybe that was the team that was looking at them niggas.
I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's bad, though. Shame on that coach. Shame on them players, too, for making that coach feel like the nigga got to make them run suicide in the middle of the game. That's bad.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's so crazy, bro. I can never imagine that in the game.
In the game.
Yeah, the practice the next day is going to be hell. We're going to be running 50s, 17s all damn practice, but not during the game.
That's messed up.
So, moving on from that. That was our last story from this week. Similar to what we're doing with football, we're going to be doing it with basketball as well. Matchups of the week. You're going to pick 2 to 3 games to watch and come back and report, talk about, summarize, do all that good stuff. So for me, I'll go first. Thursday. Thursday's usually a light day for the NBA, so I can tune in to college basketball. Thursday, number 7 Texas is going to number 21 Seton Hall to play in the Big East Big 12 battle. I think that's what they call it. I don't think they call it the challenge. But Seton Hall is a really solid team. I remember watching them play up against Ohio State in that crazy ass game. In Texas, I seen Texas one time and they got their doors blown off. So I want to see what they're talking about coming back in this game. So that's my game for Thursday. And then Saturday, I got 2 games. Number 22, Wisconsin, and my boy, Johnny Davis, going to number 21, Ohio State at 12 p.m. And later on that day, number 11, Arizona, going to Illinois at 5. So those are my 3 games that I'm going to be tuned into, and we're going to come back next week and discuss them. So
when is that, Sunday?
Saturday. Both of those games are on Saturday.
Yeah, Arizona versus who again?
Illinois.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a battle. So for mine, I got today Tennessee versus Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't really seen what Tennessee looking like. What's his name? Kennedy Chandler?
Kennedy Chandler like that, bro.
So I'm going to check him out tonight.
And then you got TJ Shannon from Texas Tech on the other side.
Indeed. So,
oh, you know what I forgot? Alabama has Namari Burnett, but he tore his ACL in the summer. I just remembered that. Because he was at Texas Tech. He might come back. He might do a George Pickens.
Yeah. That's a lot of guards, man. They got
yeah.
They can be anybody.
Hell yeah.
My take for that game, I mean, I didn't watch the Gonzaga-Alabama game, but it seemed like Gonzaga guards didn't want to hang with them boys.
It was more so the pacing of the game, and I don't know. I have to rewatch it to try to figure out what it was, but from watching it live, it was just Alabama just outplayed them, altogether.
That's bad. So what did Chet do that game?
He didn't really do too much, just because of the pace of the game was so fast, and him nor Drew Timme led them in scoring. He had 20-something points, but it wasn't no spectacular out of the ordinary shit, you know.
Yeah, Chet might be not really low on his stock because to me he might be going from a top 2 pick to a top 5.
I think what it is just like the way that the college game is. I remember De'Aaron Fox saying this. The way that the college game is like way slower and way less space than the NBA, and that changes when you get to the next level. So even though you have guys that are at this level, at college level, that aren't playing like they're not dominating, doesn't mean that they're not gonna be good at the next level. So, yeah.
And then my next game I got on Wednesday, number 15 UConn going up against number 7 West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I guess West Virginia in the Big 12 now. That was a former Big East. So it's the Big 12 versus Big East, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I like that UConn versus West Virginia. Some nostalgia, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I miss the old Big East.
Man.
Special times.
Anything like it.
The Georgetown Syracuse games, you know.
Yeah. So that's on Wednesday. That's gonna be a good one. Been watching a lot of UConn this year. I'm fucking with that boy Poe from Howard. You know, good dude. Then my last one I got Saturday, number 14 Houston versus number 9 Alabama. That's gonna be a classic. You know, I don't think Houston guards is going back down from Alabama guards. Nah, how these same type of guards going.
Nah. So we got. Well, I'm gonna add this one in here because this is probably the game of the week. Baylor and Villanova on Sunday. They play it on Sunday at 3 p.m. If you're
chill putting these games on Sunday,
that's what they do, man. It's on ABC. You know what I'm saying? We got to fill them prime time slots, baby.
Baylor versus who again?
Villanova. Rematch from when they played in the tournament last season. That's gonna be a hell of a game. I'm expecting Baylor to win that game, though. You know, because Baylor is number 2 now. They've been dominant in damn near all of their games. They're really no. I don't think they're gonna lose for a while.
Yeah, who's gonna beat them in the Big 12?
Kansas possibly.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yes.
Texas Tech. Could.
I don't see how good Texas Tech is today.
Yeah.
I don't see how good Tennessee is really because I don't really know if they're that good. They all like. We gonna see.
I'll tell you what, Kennedy Chandler is really, really fucking good. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this, but when they was playing in that Cheez-It tournament, they were doing like, you know how they do comparisons? You know who they compared that man to? Chris Paul.
I ain't seen him play though, so I gotta see. Is he better than Shareef?
I would say yes because he can shoot.
Bigger than him too.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger and he can shoot better. Yeah.
Okay, now I really gotta watch nigga that said Chris Paul.
Yeah. And speaking of the state of Tennessee, we talked about Memphis and we talked about the University of Tennessee. Last show, moving on to the NBA. Last show, we talked about Ja Morant being hurt with a sprained knee. He's gonna be out for a little minute, and if we thought they would lose some games, and we said yes, and they won 5 games in a row.
They beat the Heat last night, right?
Yep.
Yeah, them boys playing, but that's weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We seen a lot of that when the team best players go down, they're playing better.
I don't know.
Best players is holding the guys back.
I have no idea, bro. Well, Dylan Brooks did come back just now, so he gives him a shot in the arm. Jaren Jackson has stepped it up. Desmond Bane has stepped it up. Even though he only scored 2 points in their game when they beat the Thunder by 73 points.
The Thunder, I don't get it, because then they just went off yesterday.
Was
that against, though? That was against the Pistons, though. Did they lose, though? Or they won?
No, they won. They won. The Pistons had them up by like 20, and then they came back and won.
Yeah, I seen the nigga Dort hit 5 threes.
Lou Dort has been playing like his offense. His offense that took a jump. It might be because the team is dog shit. I don't know. But from what I've seen, like his offensive skill has gone up from when he first got in the league. He was just like hounding people.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Shea looks good. Josh Giddey looks good. I am a bit worried about Josh Giddey, not in the sense that he's a bad player, but like his ceiling, because he does not create any space at all when he's dribbling the ball. He's like mad stiff, like extremely stiff. Like he'll do a move, like like moving like that and shit. But he's making it happen. You know, he can pass the ball like a little wizard, and he just needs to consistently hit a three, and he'll be like a really quality player. But he's already really good.
I don't know if the Australian guys got that in.
Joe Ingles got that to him, you know. Joe Ingles is one of my favorite players in the NBA. It's like on no funny shit. Like he get under people's skin. He can pass. He can shoot. He don't give a fuck.
No, once I seen him strap Paul George up and give his ass like 25, I'm like, yeah, this nigga nice,
And
bro.
then start talking shit to him,
Yeah, like, nah, this nigga nice. Joe Ingles one of my favorite guys too. Nice.
So it's kind of safe to say that we were wrong about the Grizzlies not picking up the slack. How do you lose by 73 points in the NBA? I've been on, like, to keep it 100%. I've been on the bad side of some blowouts in like AAU ball and shit like that. But god damn, I done lost by like 35, but 73 is kind of crazy. They lost by 6 less points. 6 less points than they scored in that game. It was 152-79.
That's bad.
The Grizzlies had more points in the paint than the Blazers than the Thunder scored in the game.
Yo, who's their coach?
Mark Daigneault. I feel like he was an assistant under somebody. I want to say somebody either in San Antonio or something like that. I did see a Bleacher Report article saying that, like, interesting stats from this game. I already said the paint points thing. 82 paint points, and they allowed 79 total points. They're the fourth team in the last 25 years to score more paint points in a game than the points that they allowed. It's the first time it's happened since 2000. Lou Dort. Well, importantly, in that game, Shea didn't play. No, Shea didn't play. Josh Giddey didn't play. Jeremiah Robinson Earl is my guy. I fuck with him from IMG days. He was minus 56 in 24 minutes.
No, that gotta be good. Nobody never had that. So he's nice though.
The only player with worse plus minus since the NBA started tracking play-by-play in 1996 was Cleveland's Manny Harris, who was minus 57 in a 112-57 loss to the Lakers on January 11th, 2011. Manny Harris.
Niggas like that.
Who the fuck is Manny?
Yo, what I was about to say. That's fucked up. No, not my man. My man J. Earl not supposed to have that.
JRE, man.
Not supposed to have that on his resume, bro. But that's one reason I can't get behind this Villanova team, bro.
Because they don't have a guy like that?
Yeah. They still nice, but that was their best player.
Bro, that's just crazy. And speaking of winning streaks, the Suns had their winning streak snapped against the Warriors on Friday night. And you know who has the longest active winning streak in the NBA right now?
Rockets.
The Houston fucking Rockets. And you know what's convenient about that? Jalen Green hasn't played a single game in that 6-game winning streak, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's bad.
I didn't expect that.
Chris, I just seen Kevin Porter went down too.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna be out for the next few games because he was playing through like a thigh injury, and then it kind of flared up on him again when they played the Magic. So he, after the first half, he didn't play, and I don't think he's gonna play for like the next few games.
So my man Jay Walt,
Eric Gordon out there, and DJ Augustin. I don't know what's happening with y'all.
He's already ramping up his conditioning, so I'm assuming he coming back soon.
You know who's really been hooping though? Christian Wood. Christian Wood is trying to get the hell out of Houston. They trying to.
That could happen. Somebody could drop that shit for him.
Yeah.
Shit. I was gonna say Philly, but Ben Simmons better not take his ass to Houston. That's gonna be
a shit show. Speaking of Ben Simmons, let's move on to the TrailBlazers. TrailBlazers.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna put the Charles Barkley shit on the screen. It's time to start a dialogue. You know.
What do you say?
No. Have you seen the meme? Like, whenever somebody says some controversial shit, they'll put it's a picture from TNT of Charles Barkley that says it's time to start a dialogue, and it's this serious ass face shot at him, and then another face. It's funny as shit. It's funny as hell. It's funny as hell. The Portland TrailBlazers are in NBA hell right now. I've said this before. NBA hell is not being the worst team in the NBA. NBA hell is being good enough to be in the play-in playoff area, but not go anywhere. And
I don't even know if they're good enough for that. This nigga Dame about to go crazy. Get him there.
Or they're not bad enough to just be to get number 1 picks or top 5 picks, top 10 picks. So I want to say they're the 9th seed right now, and they're like a half game back from being out of the play-in. Let me look. They are in 10th right now. They are 11-14. In their last 10 games, they are 4-6. They've lost 3 games in a row, and Chauncey Billups is not happy with his team.
You said they're 10th?
Yes, they're 10th seed. 11th seed is Sacramento, and they're like a half game back. Sacramento is how many games back? Where's the games back at? They are a half game back. So, they fired their GM. And the interesting thing about it is the GM's always going to say that it's not his fault. When they asked him about it, when they hired Chauncey Billups, they said that he said that it wasn't a roster problem, it was a coaching problem. And you have a new coach, and you have the same problem, so it is a roster problem, buddy, and you're fucking fired. And it's not even because of that; it's because of some other wild shit he was doing that I'm not going to talk about, which is kind of crazy. And Chauncey Billups, like I said, Chauncey Billups isn't happy with the way his team is playing, and it seems like there's tension like in the locker room.
Chauncey and Penny going through it, man.
They got them point guards going through it. They're going through hell right now. Something needs to fucking change. But what is it? Like, do you trade Nurkic and McCollum to try to get something back, or do you just blow everything up and trade Dame?
Blow it up, please. Please blow it up. Don't waste that man's career, yo.
But he wants to be there. I mean, shit.
He do, but that's just because that nigga a good dude, yo.
Yeah.
He know he not about to win with them niggas.
No, he's not. I feel like he knows, but he just don't. I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's so fucking weird.
I just seen talking about he won 2 years, 100-something million.
Yeah, but he's about to be 34.
Yeah.
35, 36 is like, I don't know if they're gonna be paying you like that, my boy.
He's not even. I mean,
he's top 75 player in history. I mean,
no, I'm talking about just this season though. This season he not.
He hasn't been going. He started getting it going, but he's been hurt. That's why he's out now. Yeah. So
he got a lot of work to do. Yeah, I don't know.
So if you're mocking a blow up, what do the trades look like? What you getting back for Dame? Ideally, like realistically and ideally for both sides, what would you get for Dame?
I don't know. Just work. This shit just came to my head, but Kyrie wanna be a bitch. Bye, Kyrie. Go play with CJ and Nurk. Go make that shit would be nice too. Fuck.
No, it would be the same shit, but probably worse.
Ain't no problem. He can go play and not be vaccinated.
But the thing is, if you trade Kyrie, he said he's gonna retire, so that's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
no.
So that's not happening. Where could they go to the Knicks? The Knicks gonna have to send that shit though.
But they're gonna send Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett,
first round,
quickly.
Kemba, one of them. Quickly,
Toppin. I'm gonna need a lot of this shit.
Yeah. So yeah, the Knicks, that would be hard though.
Mm-hmm.
CJ, what about CJ? What you think about Dame? Where Dame going?
To be honest, what I think is, I mean, I would want for them to blow it up, but I don't see any, like, what would they get back in blowing it up? Like, how would that work? Like, I could just throw random shit against the wall and see if it sticks. Like, trade Dame to New Orleans and get Brandon Ingram and a bunch of young pieces, and then you could trade CJ, start getting more younger pieces. Like, if you trade CJ to
oh, that'll get Ben. I guess that's what he want, right?
They're gonna have to give up picks though, because just CJ on his own, especially how he playing this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give him. I mean, I wouldn't want to give up CJ and Nolan, but shit, give them both up and a pick.
I'm thinking.
And Nurkic, I don't know. You might just be stuck with Nurkic. This nigga, you see what he did yesterday? Yeah?
No, I seen I sent you that one X and O clip, but by that time I was like, I'm tired. I just worked out. I was at work all day. I was watching games and all that other shit.
This
But
nigga had like 28, 29 in the fourth quarter. Then he gonna elbow Hartenstein.
Oh, I did see that because that was a part of that little breakdown that I sent y'all. Yeah. Hey, bro. Every time I watch the Clippers, I'm just amazed by Paul George, bro.
Bro, he
just...
Yo, you think Kawhi gonna play this year?
Probably not.
Man, wasting time, man. Well, I guess they're gonna get that new stadium soon. So.
Yeah. But I've been impressed by the Clippers so as of recently. Like that game against the Lakers. Bro, like the contributions outside of Paul George, like Isaiah Hartenstein, between the third and fourth quarter, that stretch of run he had, he was guarding LeBron. And he was confident. He was smiling, clapping his hands, and all this other shit.
I didn't even know he was on the Clippers.
Yeah, I think he signed in the offseason because he was originally with the Rockets, and then he went to the Nuggets, and then he was.
That's dude from Iowa State, right?
No, he didn't go to. He's from overseas. I'm not sure which country though. Yeah.
I didn't know he was over there though.
Yeah, but he was rolling hard to the rim. He was getting buckets. He had like 12. Marcus Morris was hitting. Luke Kennard was hitting. And then Paul George. So
Nurkic and Hartenstein countries must be beefing because he ain't had to hit that nigga like that.
The Bosnian beast, man. And then the counter. They had a counter for that play on the next time out of the because they had ran like a horn set, and then they had Kennard come through and Iverson get cut, come this way and act like he was gonna get a flare screen from the corner. So he was gonna come from this end of the court over here, and then Marcus Morris was gonna come up and set a screen so he can get open. But that just was just like a what's the shit called? A distraction to bring the corner defender up because Nurkic was playing so high on Paul George because Paul George caught the ball in the possession before and got busy on his ass and gave him a bucket. So they tried to blitz him, and then Isaiah Hartenstein slipped to the rim, dunk. And that was pretty much the end of the game. But
they closed them out.
But back to like talking about like trade ideas. Realistically, I don't see them trading Dame. I can see them trading CJ, Nurkic, and damn near everybody else to try to get Ben Simmons. Because if you put Ben Simmons on that team, it works, you know, because you can give Dame a chance to be able to be off ball and have Ben Simmons run actions for them and get shooters involved, and on defense, he's an All-NBA defender. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I hope they pull the trigger on that right now because Blazers don't got time to wait.
They don't. But like just keeping the same team and trying to add more pieces is going to delay it inevitable, and it's like
that's what they've been doing.
You know, the
inevitable is to blow that shit up.
For sure.
But if they get Ben Simmons, then I guess I can deal with another year of this bullshit.
Yeah. And speaking of blow it up, this was a report that came out like not too long before we recorded. The Indiana Pacers are moving towards a rebuild. They are receptive to trade talks centered on Karis LeVert and either DeMontis Sabonis or Miles Turner via The Athletic.
Shit, maybe that's who. One of them could end up in Portland. Not Karis though. I wouldn't. Karis. They don't need Karis, but Sabonis or Turner.
But the problem with the Blazers is what the fuck would they give up to? What would the Pacers want from them?
Yeah. Like real shit. I to give me Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't know if they won't come off Anthony though.
That's what I'm saying. Like who else do they have that's like future? It's not Nasir Little. It's not Dennis Smith Jr. It's not.
He was balling last night though.
Dennis Smith Jr. has been playing really well. I can commend him, but I'm just saying in the macro scope of the NBA, it's like no, you're not going to depend on Greg Brown, a second round pick. Like they don't have anything. They don't have any young guys to give off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now speaking of like where Miles Turner could go, I could see a trade package from LA, from the Lakers going to to boy, if the Lakers can get Miles Turner and pair him up with AD, oh my God, boy.
Yeah, then they.
You know Miles Turner had a 40-point game this season? Didn't know that till the other night. Didn't know that.
Is he back?
Yeah. He played last night when they whooped y'all ass, yep.
I didn't even watch the game. We can look at some shit.
Yeah. But Miles, like, so imagine like THT, who else could they give up? And like some picks for Miles Turner. Because THT is 20 years old. He's on like a 3-year, $30 million contract, which is low-key cheap, right? You get, and then you're giving up Miles Turner.
I give him Kendrick Nunn probably.
Bro, Miles Turner and Anthony Davis's defensive duo is crazy. And Miles Turner is going to float around the 3 so you can give Anthony Davis spacing and things like that. But he's also a rim protector, so Anthony Davis doesn't have to play the 5 because he can't.
Yeah, that's the championship.
Yeah.
Right
but
now, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that the Pacers know that and they're going to want more than just THT. But that's something. If they're trading Sabonis, I don't know. Where could Sabonis go to like really flourish at?
Shit. You can come right down here with us. I don't know who we are.
But to be honest with you, Sabonis is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Just because he plays for the Pacers and don't nobody really give a fuck about the Pacers.
He's European.
Yeah. But he did play college basketball, so that should help him a little bit. But
nobody watched Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Till now.
I don't really know.
He was like that.
I don't really know, bro. Like Spurs,
He's definitely
maybe?
one of the most underrated niggas. Yeah, Spurs.
He seems like a Spurs type of player.
Hell yeah. I don't know how many years Pop really gonna keep doing this shit though.
Hey, I mean, it seems like he's having a cool time trying to teach these young guys how to play. They beat the Warriors the other night on Sunday.
Much stress. Yeah, they're gonna be in. They can be anybody. Because then they almost beat somebody the night before that.
Yeah, they almost beat the Suns last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But the Suns didn't have Devin Booker, but that's 25 points out of their lineup, 30 points a game.
You don't bet against them Spurs, man.
Nah. But moving on from teams that are doing bad, I want to talk about the Cavaliers, who are doing swimmingly well, even though they lost 2 games in a row. Before that, they went on a
win last night.
Not really.
Who they playing, the Bucks?
Yeah. Hey, bro, the Bucks is like that, bro. Now that damn near everybody's back except for Brook Lopez, buddy.
Yeah, I seen Bobby was hooping. Huh?
Bobby been hooping. DeMarcus Cousins giving them good minutes. Chris Middleton. That nigga's a problem. Drew Holiday's a problem. Pat Connaughton is a problem. Grayson Allen is playing well.
So what's the name on the way back?
Who?
DiVincenzo.
Yeah, he just got signed to the G League team. And Giannis is Giannis, bro.
Yeah.
Giannis is...
So I got a question for you.
Yo.
Does Giannis have a chance of catching LeBron?
Yes.
He does?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
We need, like, this last finals run, he had hella iconic moments. And, like, if you think about it, the block, you know what I'm saying? The alley-oop, essentially, you know what I'm saying?
The alley-oop was, man.
The 50-point closeout game. And these are all just in the finals, like, And he's 27.
Yeah.
Two MVPs, 2 Defensive Player of the Years, 1 ring, 1 Finals MVP at 27, which is probably around the same age LeBron got his first ring.
Yeah.
I could see it, but I wouldn't be like chasing. If I was him, I wouldn't be chasing LeBron. I'd just be like trying to be the best player I can be.
Yeah. We gonna see.
But God, like, bro, it's a problem, bro. He's a real life problem, bro. But I want to talk about the Cavs. The Cavs were on a 4-game winning streak before they lost to the Jazz and then losing to the Bucks last night. On the 4-game winning streak, they blew out the Magic, they blew out the Mavericks, they blew out the Heat, and they blew out the Wizards. 4 really solid to good teams.
Magic, Heat, Wizards, and
the Magic, Heat, Mavs, and Wizards. And bro, this is like the game on Sunday when they played the Jazz was like entertaining as hell because the Jazz are one of the most entertaining teams to watch in the NBA. Even though their city is boring and it seems like they're boring and they play at 9:00 and they're like at night.
Is he hurt?
Who?
Or is he just resting? Donovan Mitchell.
No, Donovan Mitchell Donovan Mitchell been going stupid. He had 30. He's had 35 in like the past 4 games.
Yeah, that one game.
He had 35 against the Celtics. He had 35 against the Cavs, and I think he had 35 against another team that I'm not remembering right now. But,
yeah, me either. Whatever team, that's the game that I was watching. He was going fucking
against the Celtics.
Maybe it was the Celtics.
Him and Mike Conley was just like hitting every three down the stretch of that game.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But speaking like Darius Garland for the Cavaliers, oh my god, bro.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Bro, he's so shifty. He can score from anywhere. He be diamond. Like,
yeah.
Colin Sexton getting hurt was probably like the boost that he needed to really show his well-rounded game. And it sucks that it had to come by injury. But god damn, bro, he's been hooping. He's been hooping. I just wanted to give him some love. Give some love to Kevin Love too. Kevin Love been hooping in that stretch. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, putting in work. You know? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And speaking of your Wizards, bro, what's going on, bro? They done lost 8 of their last 12 games. Bradley Beal's been struggling to shoot the 3 ball, and their offense just like even last night when they were playing against like the Pacers, their offense just looked like bad for stretches. It's not all the time, but for stretches, like it's just bad. Like Chris Duarte had, that's. But hold on, wait. In the first quarter, Chris Duarte had 4 steals.
That's bad.
And I think it's because their offense is like complex. They be running a lot of flex. Like they be running a lot of like shit, a lot of shit. And sometimes it's better to have like one specific simple set, and then have it branch off from there. But it's like Wes Unseld Jr.'s first like head coaching job. These shit you got to learn and stuff like that. But Spencer Dinwiddie, like the last few times I done watched the Wizards, even though he didn't play last night because he doesn't play on like the second half of back-to-backs because of the knee, coming back from the knee injury. Sometimes he doesn't look like it. I don't even notice he's out there on the court. Like I don't.
The game I went to, this nigga was on the bench.
Like I don't.
At the time we was going crazy. I don't know, but maybe because he started off very good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is part of rehab, you know.
It could be.
Gotta get used to really playing again. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't too mad at him, but all these 4 points and all this shit he doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes he just looks like non-existent on the court, and it's like, damn, we need you to like, I need you to like be productive because it's a lot on Bradley Beal again, and you know.
He gonna fuck around. John Wall gonna be coming in soon.
Nah.
If we keep playing around, that's what a whole lot of fans gonna be talking about.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not like I wasn't expecting the Wizards to be a top 5 seed. When we did our preseason shit, I had them at like 6 or 7. So they're still on track to be around that. But the East is like hyper competitive. Like right now, there's probably like 5 teams that are like all have like 10 losses. So in the East, number 1 is the Nets. They're 16-7. The Bulls are 17-8. The Bucks are 16-9. The Heat are 14. So after 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all have 11 losses. Either 14 or 13-11. Miami, Washington, Boston, Philly, and Charlotte. And then after that, Cleveland, 5. And after that, Cleveland, Atlanta, and New York all have 12 losses. And then Toronto has 13, and then it falls off with Indiana with 16, and then Orlando has 20, and Detroit has 19.
Hey,
so it's like,
balling.
Yes, he had a great game last night. But like from Miami to Atlanta, all of that shit can flip. Like legitimately, all of it can flip.
Okay. And
it could take a 5 or 6 game winning streak for somebody to go up to the top, and a quick like shit to drop down. So wins, consistency is a key, especially for this year. I'm planning on making a video on the Hawks pretty soon, and consistency is one of the things that they're needing, but they're lacking. But they're going through a lot of injuries right now. Like Especially that West Coast road trip hurt them. They lost like 4 or 5. They lost 5 games in a row. They lost to the Jazz and went on the road and lost 4 straight games. Some of the games were winnable too. Like they were beating the Suns by like 12 plus points, and they came back and won. They were beating the
crazy.
They were up on the Warriors that game that Steph had 50. They were up on them by like double digits, and then the Warriors came back and won. And then DeAndre Hunter got hurt, and then Bogdanovich got hurt, and then once that happened, it kind of started to, And then Cam got hurt, because before Cam, I'm still catching up on all of their games. I'm getting closer to now. Yeah. There was a 2-game stretch before Cam got hurt. He was fucking hooping. He had like 19 against the Celtics, and then he had like 18 against the Hornets, and he was just like getting to it.
And with DeAndre Hunter, that shit, them niggas just can't stay healthy.
Yeah. And then you remember maybe 2 weeks ago when we had a lost episode, and we had that trade that Nikias Duncan had made an article about, with them trying to get off some of those wings for Ben Simmons. Mm-hmm. In watching their games, bro, that trade, that idea that he had sounds better and better. Like legitimately better and better. The Hawks, yes. The reason and why I say that is because when Trey comes off the floor, they lack creation. Like Bogdanovich is cool. Kevin Huerter, he's been hooping. He's cool. But they're not the same level of creator as a guy that like Trae Young. Trae Young creates so many opportunities for his teammates that his level is up here, and then the drop-off goes all the way down to here, and it's not really sustainable. You can't rely on Lou Williams to do that, because Lou Williams gets like 10 minutes a game. He'll get you a few buckets. But he's not really out there a lot. He's not creating a lot. And the only other guard without that, if you don't have Huerter or Bogdanovich out there, is DeLon Wright. And DeLon Wright is out there to play defense.
So, game? You ain't no Trae Young.
No. So
what about Sharif?
I don't think he's ready.
Yeah.
But moving on from the games, we got our matchups of the week for the NBA. I got 4 games from Wednesday going forward. My first game that I want to tune into. Gives me a chance to watch some of the teams that I haven't really been watching a lot of, and be able to get a better idea of what they're doing. Wednesday night, 10:30, Celtics at the Clippers. Every time the Celtics and the Clippers play, Paul George and Jason Tatum battle each other to the death. They battle each other to the death, bro. Yes.
Jason Tatum did?
Yeah. That was like pre-bubble too. That game, all them games were crazy. That Marcus Smart dive and he threw the ball off Kawhi's foot. All that other shit. Yeah. Wednesday night, 10:30. I'm gonna be tuned into that. Friday, I got the Nets going to Atlanta to play the Hawks. The Hawks need wins, like I said. They're still battling through injury. Hopefully Bogdanovich and Cam Reddish can be back by then, and they can start getting rolling and stuff like that. Because I like, the more and more I watch this Hawks teams, the more and more I like them. You know?
Yeah.
They got special energy. Their home court is cool. I like I don't know if you could call him a DJ or not, but he plays the organ, and he does like rap songs to the organ. It's just that's just hard. And at the beginning of the fourth quarter of every game, home game, they do the swag surf, which is cool because it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Saturday, I got 2 teams that I really want to tune in with the Jazz, because the Jazz are really, really fucking good. I just haven't had the chance to watch a ton of their games. They're coming here to play the Wizards on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And then Sunday, say that again?
I was going to say, every time we play them, there'll be a high-scoring game too. But we got to get our shit together. We better get our ass whooped.
Yeah. You better have your shooting boots coming to play them motherfuckers, because they can shoot the skin off the ball, bro. And then Sunday, I got the Pelicans going to San Antonio to play the Spurs. I haven't really gotten too much to see the Pelicans just because they've been bad. And I want to see what Brandon Ingram's up to. I want to see what my boy Herb Jones is up to, because I heard he been hooping. He been locking up and shit like that. Jonas Valanciunas has been playing well. I just want to check in with them. And with the Spurs, DeJounte Murray's been playing well. My boy Keldon Johnson, Mr. A, for Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? I want to check in with those guys too.
Deontay Murray, 8 straight doubles.
Hey.
And the last nigga to do that was Timmy B.
Hey, bro. This MIP race is getting crazy. It's starting to get ridiculous. Like, you got Miles Bridges, you got DeJounte Murray, you got Darius Garland. Who else has really been hooping that I'm forgetting right now? We was just talking about him. Now I'm forgetting, bro. Because we was talking about Miles Bridges, DeJounte Murray, Darius Garland, Desmond Bain. And there's one more that I'm not remembering right now. Fuck. I'm not sure. Jared Allen could be in that category if he stays at where he's at. How many points is he averaging a game right now? Let me look.
I looked up his numbers, just like we've been doing over the last couple of games. Like, what this nigga is.
He's crazy.
I didn't know he's out there dropping 20-something.
Yes. Right now he's averaging 17 and 11. The other person that I was thinking about that people probably don't care about was Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony is averaging 19 points, 6 rebounds, and damn near 6 assists a game.
He hoop. I'm not like when they was in college. Like, I was fucking with Cole Anthony, but it just threw me off because niggas was trying to tell me he was better than LaMelo Ball. And I'm like, all right, Cole Anthony nice in the end, but he's better than LaMelo Ball. So I just been kind of like, Cole Anthony hooping. He's still not hooping more than LaMelo Ball, but he hooping.
Yeah.
He hooping.
Yeah. So, who you got for your matchups of the week?
I got on Thursday. I got the, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been talking about the Jazz. Jazz very entertaining team, and the Sixers has been very entertaining too. So.
Joel Embiid has been backpacking, bro.
Bro, he's been winning games. Like, I'm loving his energy right now.
Unstoppable.
He hit the dish every time he wins.
Cause it'd be fucking close as hell. Like last night, bro, that shit was wild. When they played the Hawks on Friday, that shit was even crazier.
Yeah, Tobias tried to sell him last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Joel Embiid, I'm loving the energy. Like you said, he backpacking, so we gonna see what he's talking about on Thursday against the Jazz. And on Friday, two teams that my boy made a video about, you know, Cavs versus Timberwolves.
I was really thinking about that. I was like, you know, I'm still probably gonna end up watching that whole, but you know.
Yeah. We definitely gotta watch that. Then next Tuesday, the Warriors and the Knicks, Madison Square Garden. We're gonna see what that's talking about.
Yeah.
Good week of basketball.
Good week. When you said, the Timberwolves and the Cavs, both of them need wins because they're on 2-game losing streaks right now. I think the Wolves might be on 3-game losing streak. He got hurt. Yeah, hurt his ankle. Cat busted his ass like literally against the Wizards, and he missed. He went up and dunked the ball, and he was hanging on the rim. And his hand slipped off the rim, and he fell straight down on his back.
I just seen a nigga
on his ass. Really, he really fell on his ass.
Yeah, that's a big dude to be falling like that.
I
seen him on the bench just laid out on the seat.
Like, bro, like I'm gonna try to see if I can find a video, put it on the screen. He went and dunked the ball, and it's like slid off the rim and then fell and like really fell on the ground, you know. And then he missed the game against the Nets, and he came back last night against the Hawks, but the Hawks busted their fucking ass. They had no energy, and the Hawks had like, I wrote it down, they had like 10 threes in the first quarter. So, yeah.
I've been hooping lately. We've been backpacking too. He's backpacking.
I'm gonna say the rest of my analysis for the video because somebody done took a big leap for their team. But before I spill the beans, we're gonna wrap up this episode. We got another good episode of the Cozy Corner in the books.
One, man. That's great.
I'm excited for everything going forward, man. Hope everybody.
Mic and shit, you know, so the sound should be a little better this week.
You know what I'm saying? We stepping up the quality, man. Quality over, you know what I'm saying? Quality over everything, you know? Yeah. So, until next week, man, we going to be out. And thank you for tuning into the Cozy Corner, man. Peace. Yeah.